Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm working on a little stubby wrench. Doesn't look like it has a name. It's been used pretty well. It's got some dents and dings in it. Probably a 60 tooth. It sounds pretty decent. I think it does need to be oiled, so I'm going to take it apart, give it a tune-up, clean it up. Make it, this one is going to be in my personal box. I am going to use this one. This one, I don't have a short stubby one like this. So I am going to stick this in my personal box, or one of my boxes here at home. Not that I really don't need it, but these little things come in really handy. There it goes. You just gotta, the retaining ring, you just gotta catch it just right. I think these are 60 tooth. Yeah. I need to look real closely at the inside gear, but doesn't look like anything's broke. I see some wear patterns, but nothing bad. Yeah, it's been dry for a long time. Let's see if I can get this housing apart. Sometimes you push that pin down and you go past the housing. Yeah, the pin, I push the pin and it's on, the pin is about right here on the housing on the inside, and I should be able to pull it out. Should. Yep. There's the pin. Now, that being said, guys, if you do anything like this, and if your first time ever doing it, or if you feel uncomfortable doing it, get a large Ziploc gallon bag. Do it inside the Ziploc bag, because right there, that pin will fall out. Right there. It's a spring and a pin. Sometimes they come apart, and sometimes they stay together. And this one, there, see, come apart. It works like a ball bearing. Anyways, and then there's a pin right there on the top of that housing. Usually what I do, pull my magnet and pulls the pin out, then you get the pawl out. It's that simple. These are not bad. This one is really dry, really bad. Teeth on this one doesn't look bad, but sometimes that can be deceiving. Let me grab my magnet so I don't lose that and put it on the magnet. Let's see what we got here. Let's clean this first. I'm using a little carburetor cleaner. You guys can use whatever you like. I have a parts washer, and I have a ultrasonic cleaner. I have yet to learn how to use the ultrasonic cleaner properly, so I will practice that. But for what I do, this seems to work all right. I'm just going to brush this off a little bit, because I want to look at the teeth real close. See what we can get up here. Come on, you got to focus. Oh yeah, teeth are in good shape. I can see wear pattern. I can see where it's making contact there, especially on the first tooth. Now I can see a little shiny spot. Yeah, I can see the pattern on it. Nothing damaged though. It's actually in good shape, really good shape. What I'll probably do is take the Dremel tool and the fiber wheel and polish that and make it to where it rides real smooth on the inside of this anvil. This is the anvil part, so yeah, we'll do that. We'll clean it real good. Let's get this ball bearing. I called it this. It's not a ball bearing, but it looks like a huge needle bearing. clean that up with the Dremel. See, that just rides on the inside, and it just pivots back and forth. See? Real simple. These are not very hard. If you run across these, I got like little over $4 in this, so for me it's worth it. Buying these old used tools like this, they're really good shape. Most people don't use them. Homeowners, if you run across an estate where a homeowner has a lot of decent tools in it, they're usually going to be pretty good buys. Some of your shops, I have found buying tools from shops, I don't get as good at quality, or they're wore out. Some of them are worn pretty bad. Now, let me turn my camera off and reset it. This film's turning color. All right, sorry, that for some reason the camera, sometimes the picture turns yellow. Oh yeah, that's going to be nice. You can see the buildup of old gunk. See it? And that affects the use. There's some shiny material in there too, and I think that's the chrome plating coming off, where it's been dry for so long, they were using it dry. Yeah, this is looking good. Let's see. Yeah. It's in real good shape. The teeth in this are really, they're good. There's a little, I can see some wear. I can see on the top where the base was rubbing, but that won't affect it. And you can see a wear pattern. You can see a little bit of wear, but no tooth is broken. It's actually in pretty good shape. Need to clean it better. So this same way needs to be cleaned really good. Probably best thing to do is use the Dremel on this. I'm wondering if I can get the brush. Let's see, I got a... No. Nope. Bought another case of carburetor cleaner the other day. That'll last me 4 or 5 months. All right, I'm gonna run this over the wire wheel real quick, and then I'll come back with the Dremel. Be right back. All right, what I did, I ran over the fiber wheel, then I went over the flapper wheel just a few seconds, because I wanted to take some of the plating that was, it's kind of sharp, it's got jagged edges, and then I went over the 2000 grit wheel, just off this edge here in the top, and it actually looks really good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this fiber wheel. I think this is a 220 grit. And I'm going to clean up the inside where the metal rides. Yeah, that'll make it smoother. right, that's it. See how shiny that is? That'll give that bearing a nice surface to ride on, so it'll ride on this. I'll clean the tip of this off with some carb cleaner, but that should be a really nice surface to ride on now. I mean, it's not that this is a high dollar wrench. It doesn't have a maker's mark or anything. More than likely it's Chinese, but it's well made. It's not a piece of junk by any means. Tolerances are pretty tight on it, so it should be a really good used tool. Pin should slide pretty good, pretty smooth. All right. This is just plastic. This thing was probably made 2000s, early 2000s. It's not a high dollar wrench by any means, but still, it's worthy of being cleaned up and given a tune-up. Yeah, see, it's not black, it's dirt's coming off. And you don't have to go to the trouble like I'm doing, clean it, but I've got the time and I want it to be a good used tool, good quality tool. So I don't like grabbing a wrench or grabbing a tool and it either be dirty or doesn't turn properly. I worked on some gearless wrenches, ratchets a while back. Those things suck. I will definitely not be buying them again, that's for sure. If I see them in an auction, I'll just leave them there. Now that I've got one or two of them, I'm not going to keep any more. Yeah, that's smooth. All right, you know what I'm going to do? So I'm doing this much trouble. I might as well I'm going to lightly polish this. Why not? That's the flapper wheel. It's what, about 360 grit? go 2000 grit. I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to put it on the polishing, the cotton wheel. Let's just call that good. Not bad. I mean, that's just a 2000 grit wheel. Just a good old used tool. All right. Just about ready to put this thing together. I just need to clean that needle bearing. Well, the little pivot bearing, whatever you want to call the silly thing. Whoa, come here. Slid across the table there. And that goes inside there, but before we do that, I'm going to put a little dab of grease. Even though it's plastic, I know, I don't really need it, but it'll help stick in there. Like that. Now, these things are really not hard at all. I'm gonna stick a little grease down in that hole. That's where this resides. The pin, this pin right here. Let's see, I'll grease the bottom of this lightly. This, the back. Then slide this in there. See the hole in the top? That's where this pin goes. You know what, before going further, let's go ahead and just like that, down on the inside there. Slide this paw around to where it comes forward a little bit, just like that. Excuse me. I should have cleaned that up a little better right there, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Because it's really not metal to metal. This is plastic right here. This piece that rides right here is plastic. So put a little grease on that. Now this is real simple. It goes together real easy. Now while we're at it, I'm going to grease the inside of this. That's it. Doesn't need a lot. And then where the body of this, I'm just going to put a smooth, not much, just doesn't need much. The edge ring right here, it'll ride against the body. So like so. Let me get this magnet off. Okay. I got grease on my fingertips. Now, you can pop this in now. You can put the retaining ring on. It doesn't matter. The thing about it is, you push. I'll do it right now. See where the bearing is? You see where the gap is right there? That's where you're going to push that in with a flat tip screwdriver. Try not to shoot it out at you. You push it down. See? Let me wipe the grease off my fingertips. Now, when I turn it, it's gonna catch on the back of this gear right here. See? There it is. Gonna add a little bit of grease down in there. Probably should have done it first, but that's all right. I can do it this way. Now I'm gonna switch it to the other side. Come on. There we go. It's one thing about the grease. It gets everywhere. Well, oil does too, but drop it down into the body. To drop it down in the body, it kind of sticks it. Just push the paw a little bit. There you go. Now, retaining ring. That's it. Wipe this grease off the table here. Quiet, smooth. Oh, it switches a whole lot easier now. You can switch it. I mean, it's not a high dollar wrench. Come on, guys. It's not. It's not. I mean, everybody's always looking for snap-on and these high dollar tools. Well, you don't need them all the time. Tell you what. Whoops, hit the wrong button. I was gonna back out so I can wax this real quick. That piece of tape is still on there. Throw a coat of wax on this. I wax all my tools. It's just habit over the years. Helps shed water, keep moisture, keep them a little cleaner, help them protect a little bit. It's not a rust preventative. It's not gonna be something that, end all, but it does help. $4.10, so that's about what I got in this thing. But I like it. The only thing I am gonna do now is squeeze the detent, drop a little oil down on there. There we go. Yeah. 1/2-inch drive. Selector switch works great, smooth. The whole thing works really good. I mean, not bad for a cheap $4.10 tool. It's what I got in it. You can see some of the plating. See how the plating's coming off on the face of the anvil? It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to hurt the operation of the tool. This thing is not made. It's not designed for 300 pounds of foot-pounds of torque. But I mean, this thing could use the way it's made with the gear. These will accept a lot of torque. Just being a stubby handle, that's all it's for. It's a stubby handle. It's a good used tool. Like I said, it's not made American made, don't know the maker's mark. It's probably Chinese because they don't put their names on it. And somebody's beat on it. You can see where they actually used it. It's you know, decent quality. It's not bad. This design has been around for 100 years. Literally 100 years. Well, 90, something like that. But it's a good used tool, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out. Hit the pawn shops, flea markets, your online state sales if you got them locally in your area. Be surprised what you can come up with. Take the time, look for these tools. I know some of you are pressed for time. I've heard that before in my videos on comments. I work 40 hours a week right now. Once it gets warm, I work 80 and 90 hours, and I still make time. I don't watch television much. I work. I have a small business on the side, so I make time. Tools for me make me a living or save me money. It's simple. I have to have tools to work. So for those of you that have hobbies that, you know, I know several people out there that auto body, and you have vehicles and your hobbies in your garage. You know, sometimes these tools make your life a lot easier when you run across them. So keep your eye out. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you think. Subscribe if you like. And I hope you like my little video. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.